My name is Nigel Lok. I'm a dairy farmer in the Tsitsikamma area of South Africa, and we're situated midway between Port Elizabeth and George on the sea. I've been on this farm 35 years. The original farm that we bought 20 years ago is 212 hectares, of which only 130 is arable. And 7 years ago we bought part of the adjoining farm, which is another 117 hectares. So we farm physically on 230 hectares of pastures, all of which is irrigated. And on that we are now fully stocked. We have 1,750 animals, and we're milking 920 cows at the moment, and we're selling just over 24,500 litres of milk a day. Our goal is to move the cows in milk to over 1,000. And we are now making provision and doing extensions for standoff pads for cows to keep them off the pasture a little bit in rainy season. I feel very strongly that you've got to make your assets sweat. So we've got to produce as much as we possibly can off our units. And the only way we can do that is to grow vertically and to farm very scientifically. This last 12 months we've sold 7 million litres of milk. And we hopefully within 3 or 4 years will be on over 8 million litres of milk a year, which is a substantial amount. On a dairy farm, specifically in this part of the world where we farm very intensively on pastures, we have a number of daily challenges which we have to overcome every day. In our business is weather, obviously, because the cows are outside, and rainfall, and we're in a current drought and so on. One of the big challenges is feeding all 1,750 animals on the farm and maintaining their health and their metabolic well-being and so on, because it's a challenge to do it, but it's an incredibly rewarding experience to see your cows being milked every day, to see the milk tanker coming in and selling products every day of your farm, because you're producing food for the nation. I'm always seeking out the new next best thing and how we can adapt it to our situation. We are constantly trying to strive to improve our performance by using new technology. When we put the first big step in technology was milk meters and scales and stuff 12, 13 years ago. That was a big jump because it was a huge lump sum that we had to pay up front, and it was for a new product that hadn't been used in South African pastures before. We had a bit of negotiation, but Nedbank agreed to fund it. And interestingly enough, they asked me what our payback time would be, and I said I hope within 4 years. And it was about 27 months we generated that extra income from using the technology. The attributes that I seek in a bank, and which we have with Nedbank, is a very strong personal relationship, and which is very, very important, in that my bank manager knows my financial situation. He knows the circumstances under which we farm and the challenges we have with fluctuating prices of inputs and products we sell. So it's very, very important at the bank that we negotiate and live very close with our we've got a face we can talk to and a guy that knows my business, and that is a strong point of Nedbank. I'm a great believer in putting all my eggs into one basket and watching the basket very carefully. So we only have facilities with Nedbank. We only work with cash accounts with all the other guys, with co-ops, everything. So all my eggs are in one basket with Nedbank. So immediately if I ask them if we have an idea, they can give me an immediate answer because they know what our current situation is. We have such close relationships. We've got very good relationship managers. I would recommend Nedbank to fellow farmers because of the way that the bank has changed in the last few years, with the focus moving to agriculture. And I find that they know our business, they learned a lot about the dairy industry, so I would not hesitate to recommend them to fellow farmers.